friends, it's Brittany. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm extremely excited because I got a new camera. Hopefully you can tell because now you can see all my imperfections on my face and it's really clear, and yes, hopefully you can tell. Anyway, so with this new setup, I thought it would be a perfect time to film a makeup tutorial. So this is my glowy summer look. So I did a warm matte smoky eye and then paired it with some really nice, soft, glowy, and bronzed skin, and also a glossy lip. I also added some faux freckles for some fun. So faux freckles have been a big trend this summer, and I love natural freckles, but I obviously don't have any natural freckles. So for all those people out there who like this trend as well, I actually kind of teach you how I like to do my faux freckles. So that will be somewhere, the time will be somewhere on the screen or in the description or something, so that you can just jump to that if you want to see how I did the faux freckles only. But if not, and you want to watch my whole makeup tutorial, then just keep on watching and we will go ahead and get started right now. Ew. Alright guys, so now that we're close up and you can see how ugly I actually am, we're going to start off with the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Like always, I'm just putting this all over my lid. Gonna blend this out with my finger. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my MAC Sheer Pressed Powder, and I'm just going to get this on a big fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid. This is to just set the eyeshadow primer and to also make blending eyeshadow a little bit easier later. Alright, so today I'm going to be using my Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to dip my fluffy blending brush into Golden Ochre, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. So I'm just going to pop this right into the crease. This color really doesn't show up much on my skin, but it is going to make everything seamless and easier to blend later. Okay, so now for the crease, I'm going to dip the brush that came with the palette into Burnt Orange, and this is going to go in my crease. Alright, so now the same brush I used for the transition color, I'm just going to go back in and blend out the edges of the Burnt Orange crease color. So I'm doing my eyeshadow in order from lightest to darkest. So again, darkening up the crease just a little bit, I'm going to go in with Real Gar, which is this orange shade right here. Then I'm just going to put this a little bit lower down on the crease. Again, going back and blending out the edges. Alright, so now to darken it up some more, I'm going to go in with Red Ochre. This color is going to go right here. So you should be using a very light hand when doing all of these eyeshadows, but especially when you get to the darker colors, because you don't want to pack on too much product at once. Alright, so now on the lid, I'm going to go in with just a little bit of Cypress Umber. Okay, and now I'm going to want to blend everything together. Now to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to be using Tempera. And I am blending down. Now for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to be using a Bare Minerals eyeshadow in Queen Phyllis. And this is super, super pigmented and shimmery, so I love it as an inner corner highlight. Bam! So I have to be really careful when I apply this because a little bit goes a long way. I'm just gonna blend it upwards and to the side. Alright, so now for my eyeliner, I'm just going to be using my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. Alright, so now we're going to take a break from the eyes and move on to the face, and we will come back. Zoom you out. Okay, so now moving on to the face, I'm going to go ahead and start concealing. I'm going to start with my under eyes, and I've been using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the yellow corrector instead of the red corrector one, orange corrector one, because this one is really, really pigmented, and I think it's just too pigmented. It's really, really dark as well for my skin tone, so I'm going to use my yellow one to just kind of brighten everything up. Then I'm going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer and just kind of conceal around my nose, my mouth, and my blemishes. Take a screenshot of this. Alright, so now with my damp Real Techniques Beauty Blender, I'm just going to blend everything out. Okay, so I forgot to mention before I started doing my face, I had already put on some moisturizer and primer, which is really, really important for this look because I think it should be really soft and the skin should look pretty flawless. Even if it's not, then you gotta fake it, which is what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this is in the color 128 Warm Nude. So I'm just putting it on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna use my beauty blender to just dip it into there. This has been my everyday foundation lately, and it advertises as matte and poreless, and I think it does make me look pretty poreless, but I don't think it's too matte, which is fine because I like a more dewy look anyway for the summer. It was also a pretty good color match when I picked this up, which was really surprising because I'm actually really terrible at picking foundation colors. Even if I go into Sephora and I ask for somebody to match me, I feel like it's still a pretty bad match. So this one I was pretty proud of myself for. Gotta give myself a pat on the back for that one because I picked this up all by myself. Okay, so now that my foundation is on and I don't look like a giant pimple, I'm gonna go ahead and set this with some e.l.f. HD setting powder. And I'm just gonna kind of try to lightly dust this on, even though I'm using a flat top brush. But I don't want it to be too heavy on the powder, so I'm just gonna use a light hand. As light as I can get it. I don't think it's applying very lightly, but that's okay. Oh shit! I forgot that I wanted to highlight my face. It's fine, we'll fix it. Okay, so now that my foundation is set, I'm gonna... Why? Are they really different colors? Alright, so now that my face is set, I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face. So I'm using my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm gonna take my Real Techniques sculpting brush and this middle color right here, which is called Shadow Play. Now I'm going to go in and bronze it up just a little bit, so I'm going to take my e.l.f. contouring and blush palette, which is really, really hit pan now. And I'm just going to kind of place this right on top of my contour and also use it to kind of blend out that harsh line. Also bronzing up my face here. My left side contour and actually my left eyebrow too always turns out way better than my right side of my face, but my right eye is always better, so I don't know. If I could switch my right eye to my left eye and then just switch the part of my face, then like the left side of my face would be so cute and perfect. But that's not how life works, I guess. And then I'm gonna go ahead and also bronze up my forehead. Hello, focus on me. And I'm also going to take my e.l.f. blush in Candid Coral and just kind of dust a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. Okay, so now I'm just going to sculpt just a little bit more using this e.l.f. contouring brush and this shade in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm going to use this to carve out my contour and highlight right underneath. Now to highlight, of course, I'm going in with my favorite Becca Shimmering Pressed Skin Perfector in Opal. And I'm just going to glow it up. Glow it up. This is why people keep making fun of me for the things that I say in my videos. Ooh, look at the highlight! I always go just a little bit too overboard with the highlight, but like, why not? Then of course the Cupid's bow. Alright, so now we're going to transition back into the eye, so I'm gonna zoom you in a little. Okay, so I'm gonna touch up my inner corner highlight once again. This is that same Bare Minerals color. Oh, see, it's so pretty. Okay, so now to balance out underneath the eye, I'm gonna go in with Real Guard again on a pencil brush. And actually, I'm not going to go in with this color. To balance out my eye, I'm going to go back in with Red Ochre. Using a pencil brush, I'm just going to run this on the bottom of my eye. Okay, so I still want to have a little bit of brightness to the eyes, so I'm going to be using this little stick here. I really don't know what this is. I know it's from Wet n Wild, but I don't know, like, I don't know what this is. But I'm gonna use this, and I'm just going to run this on my waterline. Okay, so now I'm just going to go and curl my eyelashes and also put on some falsies and put on mascara as well, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put on some lashes, and these are the Cocoa lashes in the style Diva. Okay, so now for my lips, I'm going to go in and line them with this NYX lip pencil in Peekaboo Neutral. Okay, so for this look, I do want a glossy lip, so I'm gonna go in with ColourPop's Ultra Glossy Lip in the color A-Boo. Okay, so actually this color is just a little bit too pink for my liking, so I'm gonna go in with my Stila Lip Glaze, and this is in the color Kitted. Okay, so you could totally stop here, especially if you have cute natural freckles, but since I don't, I'm gonna be a little bit extra today, and I'm going to add some. So if you wanna know how I do the faux fake, that's the same word, faux freckles, then just keep watching right now. Okay, so when I'm doing faux freckles, I like to use two products. So I'm using an eyebrow pencil, and I'm also using my Anastasia Dip Brow with a little tiny brush. Okay, these are also two different colors because obviously not all freckles are the same color or the same shape. So yeah, you get the idea. So I'm going to first go in with the lighter one, which is this eyebrow pencil. And really, there's not gonna be like a real technique or like the best way to do it. I just kind of dot it all over my face, and then I stop whenever it looks good. So what I'm gonna do is kind of start on my nose here. And I'm literally just dotting my face in random spots. And I'm gonna go over underneath my eye as well. See? Just really making this kind of random. You do want to pay attention though to not kind of drag the pencil out, because I kind of did that right here and the spot is like a line kind of, so you don't want that, but you can blend it out later. And I'm also gonna go up in between my eyebrows and just a little bit on my forehead as well. So I like to concentrate the freckles on my nose and also right here on my cheeks. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. I think I'm gonna stop there with a pencil for now, and then just gonna take a beauty blender real quick and just very, very lightly blend it out just a little bit. You don't want to blend too hard, obviously, because you don't want to make the freckles go away, but you do want to make it look like you have natural freckles and you covered it with makeup. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is what the first layer of freckles looks like. You could stop here if you wanted to, if you only have an eyebrow pencil, but I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a dip brow now to make some more defined freckles. Right, so my dip brow is really low right now, but I'm going to dip my brush in it. And this part you want to be really careful because you want to get the excess product off on your hand, because if you dot it, then it'll show up like that, and that's way too dark, at least for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dot it a few times on the back of my hand so that gets the excess product off. And then with this one, I'm not gonna go as crazy as I did with the eyebrow pencil. This one is to just kind of add some darker and more defined freckles. You don't want to spend too much time trying to make this look perfect, because freckles aren't perfect. That's why they're so cute, I think. So I'm just going to take my fingers now and just really lightly kind of press on the freckles that I just made with the dip brow to blend them out just a little bit. So we're kind of getting there. It's almost there. I'm going to go back in with my pencil, and then I'm just going to do like a few on other parts of my face. Again, just blend it out very lightly. Okay, so that's how I create my faux freckles. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and let me know if you try this out or if my faux freckle tutorial was helpful to you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!